Today, we're not just telling a story about technology. We're telling the story of an invention that's changing how we think about trust itself. So we're going to unpack what blockchain is, where it came from, and why this one idea is so incredibly revolutionary. Let's dive in. But first, let me ask you something. In a world where you can copy a photo, a document, or a song with a single click, what stops you from doing the exact same thing with a digital dollar? I mean, really, what stops you?
And this right here gets to the heart of the challenge. In the real world, a dollar bill is a unique thing. You can't have it in your pocket and also give it to a cashier at the same time, right? But digitally, everything is just a file. You can send a photo to 100 people and they all get a perfect copy. So how could digital money ever work if you could just copy it and spend it over and over again?
This problem, which experts call the double spending problem, was this huge puzzle for decades. I mean, as the digital age was booming, some of the smartest people in computer science were trying to figure out how to create purely digital cash that couldn't be faked. And then, in 2008, seemingly out of nowhere, this mysterious and really elegant solution appeared. The solution was published by a mysterious person, or maybe even a group, who used the name Satoshi Nakamoto. And their creation was Bitcoin, the world's very first decentralized digital currency. It was a way to send value across the internet without needing a bank.
But here's the thing. The truly revolutionary part wasn't just Bitcoin itself. It was the engine that made it all possible. The underlying technology that actually solved that double spending problem was called blockchain. Okay, so what exactly is a blockchain? Well, think of it like a digital record book, but with a couple of superpowers. Information gets grouped into blocks, and each new block is cryptographically chained to the one before it. This creates a permanent, unchangeable timeline. Once a block is on the chain, it is there for good, which makes the entire system incredibly secure. And this is where it gets really mind-bending. You know, we're all used to banks and governments keeping the official records. So if you take them out of the picture, who's in charge? How does the system even run? Well, the old way is centralized. One entity, like your bank, holds the master ledger. You have to trust them to be honest and not to mess up. But the blockchain way is decentralized. The record isn't in one place. It's spread out across thousands of computers, and they're all working together to maintain the exact same version of the truth. This isn't just a technical detail. It's a fundamental shift in power. It means no single person or company can control the whole thing or change the rules on a whim. So let's walk through how this works in practice. Let's say you send a digital coin. First, that transaction is broadcast to the entire network of computers, which we call nodes. Then, these nodes all check it and validate it through a process called consensus. It's kind of like a massive digital vote, where they all have to agree that the transaction is legit. Once they agree, that transaction gets bundled into a new block and permanently added to the chain. And that's it. It's locked in. This brings us to a quote that I think just perfectly captures the soul of this invention. It's a shared, secure, and decentralized record that everyone can trust. Not because they trust each other, but because they trust the code. The trust is literally built right into the system itself. And that is the real breakthrough. The second Satoshi Nakamoto proved it was possible to create trust with just code. People realized this idea was so much bigger than just money. Bitcoin was simply the first application of a powerful new tool for the internet. And now we're seeing this technology creating new tools for trust everywhere. You've got smart contracts that use the blockchain to create these self-executing agreements. NFTs use its secure record to prove you own a digital item. Companies are even using its transparent ledger to track products all the way from the farm to the store. The list just keeps growing and growing. So the big takeaway here is this. The story of blockchain starts with a very specific problem. How do you create digital money that can't be counterfeited? But the solution grew into something so much broader, a blueprint for building systems online that don't require you to trust some middleman. And this leaves us with a really provocative thought. The true innovation here wasn't just a new kind of money, it was a completely new way to create and verify trust itself. So the real question for the future is this: if we can build systems that run on verifiable code instead of on human trust, what else can we reinvent?